Hey guys, Stellar Christoph here for another Elestrals video. Today we're going to be opening our Emperowatt starter deck. Just recently got this in for the Frostfall release, and we're going to open this. We're going to explain it. Each of these starter decks comes with 3 packs, and after we're done with that, we're going to open a second one and see if we can get any stellar luck. Like all the other starter decks, this is going to be a 61 card box. There is 40 cards in your main deck, you have 20 cards in your spirit deck, and then there is one last card it's almost like a little cheat sheet. Tells you how each turn's supposed to go, how to attack, how to cast, etc. It shows all the runes on the back. First thing first, you have Emperowatt, beautiful design right in the front. These are sealed, completely sealed, and then you have these little hollow stickers on the top and on the bottom. If you ever see these ripped or you see the word void going across it, it means they have been tampered with, so I would be careful, try to get your money back. Whatever you guys got to do. There has not been a known issue in the community, but again, I just want to give everyone a heads up about that. So on the side, you're going to have your deck list. It's going to have your main deck, your Elestrals, your runes, and it's going to have your spirits on the bottom. Got the little Emperowatt insignia all over the box as well. On the other side, you're going to see Circle of the Sky V3. Now that they have their 6th spirit release, they were able to make the 3rd version of this card. QR code on the bottom teaches you guys how to play the game, and just a picture of some of the cards in the box. On the back side, you guys are going to see, it's going to talk about the game, and then also you'll see that they come with the 3 booster box like I said before. Without further ado, we're going to open these up. Hopefully we get some stellar luck. I have opened a few of these already, and I already did pull my stellar snow waddle. Each starter deck has a chance to have a stellar in there, 1 out of 99. This one is actually number 13 out of 99. This is basically the baby form of our Emperor Penguin here. So we'll see if we can pull a second one. And make sure you guys are careful with the box if you want to keep it. I know a lot of people will use this as a deck box, but if you go to shopelestrals.com, they actually have deck boxes with every single element. Give me just a second. For instance, this beautiful fire one. And you open them up and they have a little artwork right there. And there's enough room for your full deck and the dice to sit in there and a little bit of your side deck. So we'll open this up. As I said, you guys can kind of see right here how it says void on there. So you just want to be careful. Again, it hasn't been an issue at all, so don't worry too much. Open this up, and right away you're going to see that you got your 3 packs in the back, and then you have your custom sided 20-sided die. This one is going to have some purple and blue on it for the frost colors, for the snow colors, and then you got right here the actual frost insignia. Set that right over there. So again, like I said, we got 3 packs in the back. We will open these up after we go through the box. The game also comes with a little tutorial how to play guide in here as well. Explains the game, how the turns go, etc., etc. QR code on the back of this as well. So right off the bat, you're going to see that you have your hollow Emperowatt. Every starter deck will always have a hollow in it of whatever the box topper is. So if you guys did pull a stellar, you're going to see it right when we open this up. It'll be the next card in the starter deck. So we'll see if we're getting stellar luck today. Not today, no. So we'll start with the first card, Emperowatt. Emperowatt is a 3-cost Celestial, 2 ice, 1 thunder, 11 attack, 9 defense. When you cast this Emperowatt, you can nexus all enchanting spirits to it. When you can disenchant 3 spirits in any combination of thunder and ice from this Emperowatt in order to destroy every card on your opponent's field. Very good to have if your opponent is completely stacked against you on the other side of the field, or they have some face down cards, they're almost out of spirits, and you just want to go ahead and knock them out. You can also, if you, God forbid you have to, you can do this as a sacrificial lamb. You summon it. Again, you're already going to have the 3 spirits required. If you're able to, Nexus from Zeus or Keone, that way you don't lose this card. Snow Waddle. This is going to be the baby form of Emperowatt. 2 attack, 4 defense. When you normal cast this Snow Waddle, you can search your deck for an Elestral with enchantment cost Thunder and Ice and add it to your hand. The defense is great, especially early on in the game. Attack's all right. That's to be expected from a 1 cost, especially from an Ascension line. You're going to have 3 of those, and if you notice how it keeps, you got the Thunder and Ice going on. The next form, Emperowatt, is a 5 attack, 7 defense, and again, so you play Snow Auto your first turn, you can search your deck to get Emperowatt. During your draw phase, you can disenchant Ice or Thunder from your field in order to special ascend this Emperowatt to Emperowatt from your hand or deck. So again, you only need to have this on the field for 1 turn. Your next turn, you can go ahead, disenchant. Say you got Keone or Zeus on the field, disenchant 1. You can already get your Emperor Penguin on the field. Clear their field. Next up, we're going to have Frigicub. Going to have 2 of these. Every element always has a Nexus Elestral. A lot of times you are going to have like a 4 attack to it, defense to it. But this one, you can Nexus up to 2 Ice Spirits, Frost Spirits. When you do, you can enchant 1 Frost from your Underworld to this Frigicub. So the real cool thing about this is you have your Ascension lines, and you don't always have to follow the Ascension line. So you have Frigicub on the field. You can Nexus 1 to 2, whatever you want to do, and then you can take a Frost Spirit from your Underworld, put it on him. So he'll automatically be a 2, maybe even a 3. Next turn, you can bypass your 2 cost, and you can go ahead and summon a 3 cost. So you have Glaciersha is a really strong card that was released in Frostfall. It's got a 14 attack. Or even if you're able to get a Thunder Spirit on him somehow, you can go ahead and summon Emperowatt the very next turn. The Nexus mechanics definitely help out a lot, and you can definitely customize how you play the game through that. Again, a lot of Frost I'm seeing is Thunder and Ice. Even the Thunder cards have Ice subtype, so they can all kind of help each other and get those stronger cards out. Chilotl, this card was actually introduced in a promo pack in the Founders Edition. They already had all this stuff lined up months, years in advance. Has a different artwork, and that one is a holo, but it's got a 2 attack, 3 defense. When you cast this Chilotl, you can target up to 2 face down runes. As long as Chilotl is enchanted, those runes cannot be cast. So again, you're worried about those face down cards. It could be a Shield of Achilles, it could be a poison tipped arrow. Summon this guy, block those cards, and as long as you have something to block attacks, you don't have to worry about those face down cards. Say you were trying to summon Sonicor. Sonocor's in your deck. You can't activate a counter runes as long as he's on the field. This can block those 2 cards. That way you don't have to worry about sacrificing to get Sonicor out. Rhinoceros, with this starter deck and Frostfall in general, it has a new art to it. But when this Rhinoceros is enchanted, Elestrals cannot attack the turn they are cast unless they are Thunder enchanted. Again, goes great with this deck when you have your Emperowatt trying to get that out and protect your spirits. Again, 4 defense, not too bad to have. Ricer Ridge, this is its new Ascension line. Again, we're talking about Thunder and Ice, so just like before, this one has it. You can expend Frost in order to target and special ascend your Rhinoceros to the special ascend this Rhinoceros to this Ricer Ridge from your hand. When an Elestral that is not Thunder enchanted declares an attack, you can expend Thunder in order to negate the attack. Even in a Thunder Nexus deck, this is going to be really good. Have at least 1 to 2 Frost Spirits so you can get this guy out. And again, load up on Thunder Spirits. Your opponent's not going to be able to attack. You can actually protect yourself for a little bit to get those higher cards out, those stronger cards out. Astrabbit, that is always going to be a staple. It doesn't have to be a Thunder or Frost deck. Almost every deck, a lot of people use it. It's a very good meta-relevant card. 5 defense, first of all, so it's going to block all those 1-cost spirits. But when this Astrabbit receives 1 or more Thunder Spirits, you can look at the top 3 cards of your deck, pick one, put the rest back in your deck and shuffle. Believe you can only use that once per turn, but again, if you're able to keep protecting yourself, you got Ricer Ridge, protect your creatures, you can keep doing that every single turn until you get the cards that you need. Boombat, really good card to have to destroy those 3-cost Celestial, 2-cost Celestrals, or anything your opponent has that's kind of beating you down. You can disenchant 1 Thunder Spirit from this Boombat to destroy an opponent's Elestral. Elechick, really good to have if you want to try to find your Keone or your Zeus when it comes to this type of deck. When you normal cast this card, you can search your deck for that Divine Rune and then add it to your hand. Again, it does not say it has to be Thunder, it doesn't say it has to be Ice, as long as you're searching for a Divine Rune. So again, you have any type of deck that you need, say a Demeter or you need an Aelus, you can have this in your deck. Again, all you need is one Thunder Spirit. You don't have to load up on the other spirits. Sorlet, really good strong attacker, 5 attack, 1 defense. When you expend wind, you can expend wind in order to change the position of an Elestral unless it's a wind spirit. So it won't work on the wind spirits. But again, Pantera is always an example for me. It's got a 15 attack, 8 defense. Use Sorlet. Oh, that's a bad example actually because it is not wind. But you guys get the point I'm trying to make. You can turn your opponent's cards into defense mode, and a lot of times that defense will be weaker, so you can knock them out. P-Gust. When this P-Gust receives 1 or more wind spirits, you can target and destroy a rune. Again, you got those face down cards. You don't know what's there. Summon this guy. Nexus to it, whatever you got to do. You can go ahead and start destroying those cards. Nectar of the Gods. For Yu-Gi-Oh players, it's going to be your Pot of Greed. You can draw 2 cards. It does cost you 2 spirits, so just be wary of that. It's late game. You don't want to hurt yourself just trying to draw cards. Got 2 of those. Ambrosia. Staple in every single deck. I haven't seen a deck today that someone doesn't have at least 2, if not 3 of these. But you use 1 spirit to get 3 back. So again, late game, you're definitely going to want to hold on to use these, hold on to them until late game. But if you need a certain combination of spirits, then definitely hold on to this so you can actually use your strategy and do what you got to do. Resting on your laurels. This is a 1-cost rune. This Resting on your laurels can only be cast if your opponent has at least 2 or more enchanting spirits than you do. Target and destroy the opponent's Celestial that has the least amount. Kione, this is going to be our newest divine rune. It costs 1 Frost Spirit to summon, but when you cast this Kione, you can enchant up to 3 more to it. You can disenchant 1 Frost Spirit from this Kione in order to return 1 Spirit Frost Celestial from your underworld to your hand. So especially you have the More Frost deck that's going to have 4 different More Frosts, and you can have 3 of each, so 12. They all have to do with sending cards to the graveyard or to the underworld, summoning cards from the underworld. Kione just adds to that. Mountains of Boreas, this is going to be your newest stadium rune. Any Elestral that has Frost spirits attached to them get +1 and attack, +1 defense for each of those Frost spirits. Scepter of Kione. The empowered Elestral gets +2 attack and +1 defense. When Kione is enchanted, when the empowered Elestral destroys another Elestral in battle, you can special cast 1 Frost Spirit Elestral from your hand. So again, more Frost decks. Thunderstorm, target and destroy a rune. Really good card to have, especially if you don't know what's down there. Tornado, very similar to it, but you can target an opponent's rune and return it to the hand. If they have, say, Kione on the field and they have 4 spirits on it, you can play this. Now they just lost those 4 spirits, and if they want to play Kione again, it's just going to cost them more and more. Divine Blessing is one of the newest counter runes to Frostfall. This Divine Blessing can only be cast when an opponent activates an invoke rune. So, for instance, Tornado. Disenchant 1 spirit from the field in order to negate that rune, so block its activation. Shield of Achilles, great counter rune to have, blocks attacks. It costs you 1 spirit to use, and then it also costs you additional spirits depending on how strong the Elestral is. I always use that Pantera example. So to play this card, it's going to cost you 4 spirits, so make sure you guys are using it wisely. And at the very end of it, you're going to have all your spirits. So Floor Mine is going to be the newest spirit for Frost. Then you're going to have your Zaptors. And at the very end, you're going to have your Lycoris. The one thing I like they keep doing with Lycoris is they keep adding new colors to it. So the Stellar is pink. This one's kind of got a bluish to it, and the original artwork is white. There is a promo card out there as well. It was in the Artist Collection pack. It's black. So this is one of the spirits that actually has 4 different colors. I don't believe any of the other ones do. So that is your starter deck. So before we start opening packs, let's go ahead and pop this one open real quick, and we'll see if we're going to have that stellar luck and try to get another Snow Waddle. Most likely down the line you will see the full Emperowatt have a stellar as well. A regular, I should say, because there is also a full art stellar that I personally have right here. It is an error card, but it's still kind of cool to say that I have a full art stellar. So we'll go ahead and pop this open without ruining anything. Be careful how you guys open these too. You see I got that little yellow box cutter there. I only use it in the back toward the spirits and toward that cheat sheet that's in the back. I try not to damage the actual cards. And survey says no stellar on this one, guys. So we'll do the little bonus now. That's the one thing that I really appreciate that Dan, A-Drive, and the team of Elestrals did, is throw some packs in here as well. Again, I say that the packs, the luck has been absolutely crazy. So we're going to go ahead, open these up real quick, and we'll see if we can continue getting that stellar luck. There is a three reverse arts. It's Ursicle, Ursa Coat, and Obama Ursa. All I need is one more, and then I'll have that complete set. So we got Race to the Top. This Race to the Top can only be cast if Mount Olympus is enchanted. Target 2 Elestrals and destroy the Elestral with the least defense. So again, look at your opponent's side of the field and still can get a card off the field. Permafrog is a 2-cost, 1 attack, 3 defense. Elestrals cannot attack unless they are Frost or Fire enchanted. During your opponent's end phase, you must either expend Frost or destroy this Emperowatt. So if you have Mountains of Boreas on the field, for instance, that defense is going to jump to a 5. You're mainly going to play this card in defense to protect yourself. But again, your opponent doesn't have Frost or Fire. There's nothing they can do other than trying to use cards, Elestral's effects or runes to destroy this guy. Morfrost in this form. So like I said, Morfrost actually has 4 different forms total. When you cast this Morfrost, you can expend 1 Frost Spirit in order to search your deck for up to 2 more Morfrost and send them to your underworld. When this Morfrost is destroyed in battle, you can target and destroy a face-down rune. So again, 1 defense, you kind of want this thing to get destroyed so you can hurt your opponent. But the fact that you can add 2 more Morfrost to your graveyard, and again, a couple other abilities let you bring them back to the field. So it's all about recycling your deck, sending everything to the underworld, bringing it back. Psy Nectar, little cute little bug guy. When a player casts Poison Tipped Arrow, Poison Nectar, or Poison Tunic, you can special ascend this Psy Nectar to Waspavi from your hand or deck. That can be on your opponent's turn or your turn. The only thing is that we don't know what Poison Tunic is. Frostfall is only the second booster set to come out, and Poison Tunic hasn't been released yet. There are 2 more sets being released this year, Daybreak, and then the Lunar one has not been officially named yet as far as I am aware. So most likely that card will be coming out by the end of the year. Not sure what the ability is going to be. Poison Tunic hurts your opponent if they draw. Poison Tipped Arrow hurts your opponent's Elestral. So we can only imagine what the next one's going to do. Morfrost Lichen Form, second of the 4. You can expend a Frost Spirit and discard this Morfrost in order to search your deck for up to 2 more Morfrost that aren't Lichen Form and add them to your hand. Again, the whole point of this deck is searching your deck and recycling your deck. Ursicle, 1 attack, 3 defense. When you normal cast this Ursicle, you can search your deck for any Bear Elestral or Rune and add it to your hand. So in base set, first edition, and Founders Edition, they have a total of 4 other bears. They're all fire type, so this entire set is all frost type, and there's actually a stadium room that helps both. It's called Ursa's Den. It's specifically for this subtype, this archetype. Island of Eloia powers up your wind enchanted Elestrals. Mountains of Boreas, we already went over that one, powers up your frost. Vipyro, all your spirits in this set do have a different artwork, and they all are looking or near their chosen element. So if you look right here, you actually have the fire insignia right there on the ground. And then Circle the Sky V3 is going to be this hollow. You got your Lycurus and you got your Floramine. And we keep looking. So the card trick changed ever so slightly. You got to double check to see what's on the front. If your spirit's in the front, then you got to put 2 cards to the back, like this one is. If you do not see the spirit to the front, then you're good to go and just start. So you got your Terrasail. This is one of the newest cards. Again, Wind and Water Elestral, 7 attack, 3 defense. You can Nexus Wind or Water. When you do, you can special cast a Nemisail from your hand or deck. Nemisail is the baby form of this. So this is the second in the Ascension line. So basically, you summon this guy, you can go ahead and bring another one to your field or to your hand. Findust, 2 attack, 2 defense. You can disenchant a Wind Spirit from this Findust in order to search your deck for a rune that costs at least 1 wind and add it to your hand. When you cast Sandstorm, you can special ascend this Fin Dust into Hibbofin from your hand or deck. So Sandstorm is a rune that costs 1 Earth, 1 Wind. So that's kind of what this is saying, is when you can disenchant a Wind Spirit from this guy, you can get the rune that you need, play it, and then you can special ascend to his second ascension line. Charcoon. So this is a second ascension of Nimbug. This one is Wind and Fire. When you have this card in your deck, it always counts as Serrat Coon. So that's Nimbug's original ascension. So you can only have a total of 3 between Charcoon and Serrat Coon. During your draw phase, you can special send this Charcoon to Flammoth from your hand or deck if you have at least 3 enchanting fire spirits on your field. Flammoth is the ascension of Charcoon, the 3rd evolution of Nimbug, the 2nd ascension line for it. Frostmite. 3 attack, 1 defense, Frost. You can target an opponent's Celestial and give it -5 defense until the end phase. Again, very good card to have. If your opponent's running straight defense, then this is going to hurt it. -5 attack or 5 defense to it. Again, at that point, as long as the starting card has a 7 defense or less, Frostmite's going to be able to destroy it. Snow Waddle, Baby Penguin. Mount Olympus powers up all your Thunder Enchanted Elestrals. Cockadoodle, this is one of the other newest cards, 4 attack, 2 defense. When you cast this Cockadoodle, you can target an opponent's Celestial. That Celestial is suppressed as long as Cockadoodle is enchanted. So suppression is a mechanic of your opponent's Celestial, or any Celestial in general, cannot use their ability. Almost like if they're misenchanted, they can't use it. This guy does it as well. Bubloon. Water enchanted, or 1 attack, 2 defense, and all your water enchanted Elestrals get +2 attack, +2 defense. Does not matter if they are a water Elestral as long as they have a water spirit on them. 5 Pyro again, and our last card is going to be Arcturus. This is the Nexus of Tectorus, which is an earth creature. 3 attack, 2 defense. You can expend Frost in order to give this to Arcturus 3 attack, +3 attack until the end phase. You can use that twice in 1 turn. So again, jump this up to a 9 every single turn. But again, just be careful because you're just going to be throwing more spirits. So if you have an Ambrosia ready or any kind of recycling mechanic, then you guys should be good to go. Alright, so same thing, we've got 2. Alright, Frigid Cub. Neander Sloth. So this one pairs well with a card from base set called Titanostock. Titanostock lets you look at your opponent's hand as long as it's on the field. 2 cost, 6 attack, 5 defense. When this Neander Sloth destroys an opponent's Celestial in battle, that opponent must discard 2 cards from their hand. While Titanostock is in the underworld, this card gets +7 attack. So as long as you can kind of count that to an ascension line, not really, but again, up to a 13 attack as long as you got that card in your underworld. Panzer, it's going to be a 3 attack, 3 defense. This Panzer gets +1 defense for each Earth enchanting it, each Earth Spirit enchanting it. You can Nexus up to 2 Earth Spirits. When you do, you can return an Earth from your underworld to your Spirit deck, or enchant a Earth Spirit from your underworld to this Panzer. So there was another card, I can't think on top of my head, that does the same thing. You can take a Spirit back, put it on somebody else. So this guy does the same thing. So within 1 turn, you can add up to 2-3 more Spirits to this guy. Keep adding to that defense. Get yourself a wall on the front line. More Frost Lichen. Urcircle. Nimbug. Corbel, 2 attack, 2 defense. When you cast this Corbel, your opponent must reveal each face down card on the field. Destroy each non-counter rune revealed this way. So if they have any invoke runes face down, destroy them. At that point, you know which ones are the counter runes. If you have a card that can block runes, go ahead and get that out, or hopefully you have that out and you can keep blocking the back line. Cyprong. 4 attack, 3 defense. When this Cyprong is in attack position and an Elestral on your field destroyed in battle, you can return each Earth Spirit that was enchanting that Elestral from your underworld to your Spirit deck. So again, just protecting your life points, your mana, your resources. Really good to have. Add a couple enchanting runes to it. Artifact runes, I should say. That way they can't destroy it in battle, and then you can just keep doing what you got to do. Leviathan and Comagma is going to be our rare on this one. 4 attack, 2 defense. When this Comagma receives 1 or more fire, you can draw a card and then discard a card. So, sad thing is you got to lose a card, but again, you can keep drawing cards from your deck until you get what you need. Not bad for the first one. We did get that hollow circle the sky, so we'll see how good the next one is. I might have jinxed us on that. And also, too, I do want to show, just like with Founders Edition and base set, it does show some Stellar. So this is the Stellar Lotragon. Usually it has a blue design. It's got a little red one. All the Pokemon fans out there that like their Gyarados, the Stellar of this is just very similar to the shiny Gyarados. So again, move to... Alright, Smokey. 3 attack, 2 defense, fire. When you special cast this Smokey, you can draw 2 cards. Rhinoceros, Terrasail, Geoflora, Frostmite, Snowaddle, Mount Olympus, Cockadoodle, and Mouse Station. This is the Nexus of Mustache. It is a water creature. This one has 4 attack and 1 defense. This Mustache gets +2 attack for each earth enchanting it. During your end phase, you must change this Mustache to defense mode if it attacked. So right off the bat, as long as it's going to have 1 when you summon it, it's going to have a 6 attack right off the bat. If you can Nexus more to it, it's going to keep getting stronger. Be prepared when you use it. You need to have something there to protect it. You need to have a counter rune or something that's going to help you out. If you have Folio Forest on the field, which is going to raise the defense, and if you have enough spirits on this guy, he can kind of protect himself depending on what stage of the game you're at. Stoke the Forge. Stoke the Forge can only be cast if you have Volcanic Forge enchanted. Search your deck for a one spirit fire Elestral and add to your hand. Rise of the Depths. So personally, myself and a buddy of mine, we use water decks, so I was very happy to see this. This is a lot like Rise from the Ashes, except for instead of costing 3, it's only going to cost you 1. This Rise of the Depths can only be cast if Atlantis is enchanted. Target one cost water Elestral from your underworld and special cast it. So Galaxy comes to mind for me right away. It flips the attack and defense of all your water creatures. Water is typically defense based. So Galaxy, for instance, having a 2 attack, 5 defense, it flips that. So say your opponent's able to destroy it, next turn you can go ahead and bring it back. Cryovern, a 2 cost, 7 attack, 4 defense. During your draw phase, you can discard your hand. You need to have at least 1 card in your hand in order to special ascend this Cryovern to Cryo Scorch from your deck. Cryo Scorch is going to be the box topper for Frostfall, and I do have a copy of that right here. It is a 14 attack, 5 defense, and when you special ascend this Cryo Scorch, you must destroy all runes. You can expend your spirit deck as long as it's at least 1 spirit to force your opponent to expend 5. So again, you're going to hurt your opponent bad, real quick. Taking away a quarter of their points, their spirits right off the bat. If they have 4 or less, 5 or less, you're going to wipe that part out, and then go ahead. If you're able to attack, you got 3 spirits right there. So in 1 turn, you can cost your opponent 8 spirits if played correctly. And that 14 attack, not much is standing up to that. Obama Ursa, another bear, 3 attack, 1 defense. This Obama Ursa gets +2 attack for each other bear on the field. So doesn't count itself, but if you can get 3 more bears out, you're gonna go up to a 9 attack on this thing. Cryoling is the baby form of the Cryo Scorch line. This Cryoling gets +1 attack for each frost in your underworld. When this Cryoling has 6 or more attack during your main phase, you must either destroy it or special ascend it to Cryovern from your hand or deck. Volcanic Forge, power up your fire Elestrals. Nemisail, I showed you guys Terrasail earlier. When this Nemisail receives 1 or more wind, you can return up to 2 wind spirits from your underworld to your spirit deck. So a lot like, say, Sluggle or Quackle, except for it's more attack base. Corporal, Terratlas, and Galax Air. Galax Air is going to be the Nexus of Galaxy. It's got 3 attack, 4 defense. You can target an Elestral and swap its attack and defense until the end phase. So if you're facing a Galaxy, for instance, and it switches the attack and defense for all water Elestrals, it's got a 5 attack off the bat. bring this guy out, use its ability to switch it back, and then you can go ahead and knock out that galaxy. So we got one more. Hopefully we can get a full art or a stellar out of this. So again, we had to move the 2. More Frost SDs, Frigicub, Neanderslaw, Volcanic Forge, Nemi Sail, Islands of Eloia, Mountains of Boreas, Funglow. This is a cute little guy. 1 attack, 1 defense. Thunder Enchanted Elestrals get +1 attack. When you play Thunderstorm, you can special cast this card into Brontoglow from your hand or deck. Brontoglow is the evolution. I believe it's a 6 attack, 4 defense. Really nice card, amazing design. But the fact that you're powering up all your other Elestrals, find a way to protect this guy while it's out. Zaptor and Corbrum. This is the Ascension of Corbel. When this Corbrum gets +1 defense for each face down card in your rune row. While this Corbrum is in defense position, your opponent cannot set cards. So they can't set cards, which means you're going to see what their runes are. If it's a counter rune, whatever, you're going to know what's coming. That's all I got for you guys today. Join me next time when we go over our next starter deck, which is going to feature your Cryo Scourge. Hope everyone has a great day. Remember, like the video, subscribe to my channel. If there's anything you guys want to see, please let me know in the comments down below. My name is Stellar Christoph. I hope you guys all have a stellar day. See ya.